All right, guys. Good Friday morning. It's November 13th, and ooh, Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
Yeah, dude, I remember back in the day when this, we'd always get all
I
freaked
know.
out about today.
I
And,
know.
oh my God,
Yeah.
don't leave the house.
Don't leave the house. I want to stay in today. I don't want to do anything too
I
dangerous.
know.
No.
Well, not much has changed.
I know.
I don't think we want to do anything today.
I know.
We're spending the day. We're gonna do everything from the house today. I
Yeah.
don't know. We'll probably end up running out somewhere.
Yeah,
somewhere along
you'll
the day.
probably go somewhere. I'm just going to stay here
All right, guys. I hope you had a wonderful week. What do you got going on this weekend?
now. Not much.
Yeah.
No, just maybe might go see 2012 today.
Oh, no way! That comes out.
Yeah.
Whoa. All right. Very
I
cool.
want to see that.
Very
tonight,
cool.
Maybe.
And then
Some
Cardinals
friends.
play the Seahawks on Sunday.
Sunday.
Is that an away game or is it here?
That's a here game.
That's
so,
a here game.
So we're probably gonna lose.
Yeah. Hey now. Knock on wood.
Uh,
Yeah. No, I don't think it's gonna happen. I think we're gonna break our home game losing streak. Knock on wood. All right, guys. I don't even want to talk about it anymore, just because we're gonna
Yes!
jinx it. So
it's Friday
enough
the
of that.
13th.
Go Cardinals.
Yes.
All right. So questions. Here's what. Oh, by the way, thank you so much for writing in. Once again, reshapeTheNation@gmail.com. Ask us the questions. We're here to answer them, guys. That's what we're here for. So
Yes.
write in with your questions pertaining to
yes.
weight loss and nutrition and exercise, and we will do our best to answer them. And if we don't have the answers, we'll actually let you know we don't have the answers, but we will tap into our network, and we do have a pretty extensive network of really, really amazing professionals, so we can get the answers for you.
And please make the questions very simple for me to read.
Yeah, I know, because this guy, he's really working on his enunciation. And he's working on his enunciation. So far, he's 4 for 4. Monday through Thursday, he's flubbed at least 1 or 2 words. So let's see how he does today. D, you ready to take it?
Oh,
All right, buddy.
I'm kind of nervous.
Now the pressure's on.
Oh my God.
Go get him, buddy. You know what? Fortunately, I think this is like 4 sentences.
Yes.
So I think you can do it.
Yes. Okay. What do you mean about separating carbs and fat? How? Please give me an example. I've lost 42 pounds and I am concentrating on balancing my diet. Thanks. Yes.
Wow, well done, brother. Yeah, you don't get a high five with this hand. Okay, so I'm really glad you asked. We talked about separating carbs and fats when it came down to when we were talking about macronutrients and structuring our meals for fat loss. Why do we do this and how? So if you think about it, and here's a challenge for you, think about a food that occurs in nature that has both carbohydrates, and when I'm talking carbohydrates, I mean like impact carbohydrates on your blood sugar levels, and fats. There aren't any. As far as like the foods that occur in nature that actually have fat in them, there are nuts, there are some olives, there are these different foods these have fats that occur in nature that have fiber for the carbohydrates, but no heavy impact carbohydrates, nothing like sugars or starches. You'll never see starches and fats coexisting in nature. It doesn't happen. So, and if you, once again, there was actually a question that happened earlier in the week, and it was Victoria, I believe, that she mentioned that humans are made to eat when the sun is up, and then of course to sleep when the sun is down. Once again, let's go way back to our ancestors, and if you look at the foods that they're eating, well, the majority of them were hunters and gatherers, and then we had those that followed the agrarian lifestyle that learned how to farm the land. But if you look at hunters and gatherers, they ate all of their macronutrients separately. When they came across berries, they ate berries. When they came across nuts, they ate nuts. When they had fish, they had fish. But now you'll see, proteins and fats occur naturally in animals, right? So when we consume fish, we can get fish and we can get fish oil. When we have beef, we got the meat, we got the protein, and then the saturated fat that comes with it, just the animal fats. So fats and protein occur in nature, but starches and fats do not occur in nature. So why do we process our foods. As of the last 50 years, we're processing our foods and we're blending fats and carbohydrates together. Now, granted, it is a wonderfully tasty combination because starches and fats taste really good together, or sugars and fats. I mean, there is nothing tastier than sugar and cream. Ice cream, right?
Yeah,
Anytime that you're going to combine sugar and cream, it is the ultimate drug for a human, like especially for the human brain. We love it. We love to combine our sugars and our fats. However, it doesn't occur in nature. Our ancestors never ate like that. So let's take it back to the old school. And why do we not want to do that? Well, keep in mind, when we're consuming fats, right, it's not necessarily bad for us. Fats play a wonderful, wonderful role in our body. They regulate hormone balance. They do all kinds of incredible things. They lubricate the skin and the joints, and they play such an important role in our bodies. However, we consume fats. Our body breaks those fats down. We have free fatty acids now floating in our bloodstream. Every time our heart pumps, it's pumping free fatty acids to all the available cells. Ba-boom, 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 through this whole network of arteries and veins. Now, we consume carbohydrates. So say it's a combination. Now, what do the carbohydrates do? They're broken down into sugar. Now, that sugar, once again, when those blood sugar levels go up, the control center in our brain, the hypothalamus, says, oh my gosh, blood sugar levels are up. They're going to reach a slightly toxic level. And so it says, hey, pancreas, release some insulin. Remember, as those free fatty acids are pumping through the system, and they're passing by all the cells of our body. All the cells of our body are seeing these free fatty acids, except they're not opening up. The doors to the cells are closed. How do we open up the door to a cell? Well, what unlocks it? Insulin. Insulin is like the key to unlock the cell. It opens up the cell. So I do not want free fatty acids floating in the system and then all of a sudden open up all my cells, because what's going to happen? It's going to draw those free fatty acids into the cell, and of course then we're going to store it. There's also a process in which we actually take those free fatty acids, we turn it into a triglyceride, and then we store it. But nevertheless, the one thing that we don't want to do is we don't want to spike blood sugar levels while we got a lot of fats floating through our system. So that's why we separate our carbohydrates and our fats. And it's a wonderful thing to do. Now keep in mind also that and I'm not going to get too much into what we call overspilling. Now, overspilling happens when, essentially when our liver is full of carbohydrate and all of our muscles, which are actual fuel tanks for carbohydrate, like say take a typical male, for example. A typical male human can usually carry about 400 grams of carbohydrate, the carbohydrate stored in the muscle is called glycogen. You can carry about 400 grams of glycogen in the muscle. Females can carry 300 to 350 grams. Now, when those glycogen stores are full and your body can't carry any more carbohydrate, then a little bit of excess carbohydrate, if you consume more carbohydrate, it does what we call overspill. Then the body sends it back to the liver. The liver has to take that carbohydrate and turn it into a fat. Consumes a lot of energy, but at the same time, it's a lot safer than actually combining your fats and your carbohydrates together. Just a dangerous combination, because the last thing we want to do is spike blood sugar levels while we got a lot of free fatty acids floating in the system. I just tangented it real quick, and then I jumped back on track because I realized that we don't have enough time to talk about overspilling and glycogen stores. So that one is definitely to come. That's coming down the road. And so we can actually talk about overspilling and everything that happens. It's an incredible phenomenon. And also, when it comes down to the workouts, when we start shaping mistakes and we're going through our metaboosts and all that other good stuff, you're going to hear me talking about draining the tanks a lot. I'm not talking about the typical draining the tanks that most of you guys know about. I'm talking about taking all the fuel out of the muscle tanks, clearing room in there for more carbohydrates so we can push more carbohydrate and experience this incredible metabolic afterburn. So, just thought I'd throw that out there. Let you guys chew on that for Friday afternoon. No pun intended. And, all right, guys. So, hope that helped out. That's why we don't want to combine our carbohydrates and our fats, just on a very broad scale. A lot more to come. Guys, have a wonderful weekend. Deez, have a wonderful weekend.
You too, man.
I'll be here. And I'm sure you will be too. So we'll have a wonderful weekend together.
Yes.
All right, guys. See ya.
Bye-bye.